Ready?
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? Jack Armstrong, Jack Daddy Customs. Today we're going to get this boat wrapped up. That means we're going to get the wiring, we're going to get the registration, we're going to get the hydro turf, and we're going to get this thing rigged up so we can head to the lake. We're going to jump on the hydro turf right now. What we're doing now is making templates. This is just like some white paper. We laid it in here, cut it around the edges, and it's pretty good. And so this way we can put this template on the bottom side of the foam and draw it out.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
Now this is the first piece of hydro turf that I've ever put down in my life. So what I've done is I routed the edges of it to make it smooth, like not necessarily the edges that's going to be like against the boat, but the edges that will, you know, your skin, your seat, that kind of stuff will come into contact with. Not like a huge route, just knock the edge off. But now we've come back with some acetone and wiped this whole section down. We're fixing to peel this off and just lay it on there. I think it's probably wise to start on the sides because we don't have a piece big enough just to do this whole thing, so we had to do it in pieces. And you know, the piece that has like the most amount of stuff, probably start with that because that's going to be less forgiving than just a solid piece that you would push up against this piece to butt it up even, and then you know it'll work right. But anyways, we're going to start with this side. You see we got a seat platform, we got the spot for our transom light, whatever, and I think I'm just going to try to get it around this first and then maybe peel back as it goes. Right there is where it's supposed to be. And this stuff's like, once it sticks, it's there. So I don't know how super forgiving it is. In fact, I don't think it's forgiving at all.
They say no to sleepless nights. Will you find me? Hope you find me. I'll be back home soon. When the sunrise, when the sun.
So we've run some wires. I'll show you the wires real quick. Got everything kind of tidied up. And now what we're fixing to do is put our LED lights on. So on the front, we've got some black oak. I'm gonna talk about them here in just a minute, but on the back, we got nylite. Now, these are like nylite pod lights. They can come on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. They're rated like IP67, I think, something like that, because they're gonna get splashed on the back some with salt water and regular water. But we're fixing to put them on. I got some 5200 I'm gonna put around the edge, and then we're gonna put them in there. I'm gonna put some 5200 in the bolt holes as well, and then we're gonna put them in there. We've already got them wired up, and we're just gonna put them on, and then I'll cut them on in a little bit and I'll show you kind of the difference. It's hard to tell right here, but maybe we'll pull the boat out in the outside at dark or something and show you. They're really bright. I think they're gonna be good, but longevity is gonna be the key. So Hopefully, if they break, they're cheap, they'll be easy enough to replace. But we want the front ones to be like jam up, because that's what's gonna keep us off the marsh bank and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get these put on. I got ram in the bottom of the boat with some a wrench to put the nut on the back of these bolts, and like I said, 5200, and bolt them on. And these up here on the bow, they're gonna be black oak. Now let me show you what I did. Took a piece of aluminum and I cut out a piece that will fit on the front, and then I put them all, like bolted them through here. I countersunk the screw holes so that the heads of the screws wouldn't, you know, stick down, so that this will fit flush onto the bow of the boat. And then I went ahead and mounted them on there. Now this is one 10-inch and then 2 amber pods on each side. And the way I've got it wired is I can run, I've got a switch for both the amber pods together, and then I got one switch for the big bright white one. And that way, when I'm running down the river, if I come up behind somebody, I don't want to blind them, I can cut the big one off, but I still got my amber ones to run with. And you know, I still be able to see really good with just the amber, but it won't be blinding everybody else. So that's the thinking behind it. We put a little bit of hydro turf on there just to make it look cool and match. We're gonna screw this piece down to the bow. I've already got my holes threaded with some security screws, you know, so it's got like a star bit, but then it's got a little stud inside the star bit. That way nobody will be able to just come yank these off easily, at least. And then right here where my wires run out, got a hole right there. It's like an 1.25 inch hole or something. And I built this little piece right here. So it's you can buy them, but I just took a piece of aluminum, cut it around, and then took a piece of pipe, cut it in kind of like an angle, and then welded it on there. And I'm gonna rivet this down over those wires, and then I'll probably fill it with Lexel just to keep, you know, heavy splashes or weights or whatever, or water out of there. So that's the goal there. So let's go ahead and get this plate mounted on the bow. We'll get them hooked up, and then we'll rivet this on, and the lights in the front will be done. Today we're taking a quick break from finishing this thing up all the way, because we've got Marine Police coming to give us a whole ID. So in the state of Alabama, you have to fill out a form that says you have a homemade vessel, and then you just kind of put what you made it out of, the general dimensions, that kind of stuff, and then you send them a $25 check and a picture of the boat. So then they told me it would be 6 to 8 weeks before somebody would come. That's why I've kind of slowed down a little bit on the boat, but it's actually only been like 3, and the guy called yesterday. So he's coming, and he's coming like right now. He's on his way. But he's gonna get us a whole ID, and then we can go get this thing registered and get it on the water. We got Trooper Morgan here. He's with State of Alabama Marine Division, and he came to give us a whole ID on the boat. And so tell us what all you're looking for when you come to do the inspection.
Basically, we're just looking to make sure that it's actually a homemade boat, and you didn't steal the materials or steal the boat itself, and you just scratch it off and say, hey, this is my boat, I built it, and you get a whole ID.
And in some places, they it's a problem, and they make you have receipts and stuff to show. I remember when I bought the materials, the guy Frank in Louisiana, he told me to make sure I keep up with my receipts, but in Alabama that's not a deal. But maybe like Louisiana, you might want to keep the receipts. So then you come and you put this sticker on, that gives me my ID, and I can go get it registered and all that kind of stuff. But also I gotta have something like permanently engraved, right?
Yeah, because these stickers, they will fade out, and you want to permanently affix your whole number on here, either by engraving it or by using a plate It'll be fine.
Well, get this thing ready for today. Appreciate you coming out and doing this. Thank you. It's been raining pretty much all day. Just has quit. I've been doing just some piddling stuff. So I down here by the side of the trailer, I put some hydro turf on that to give me some padding against the side. I put some hydro turf down there. Tried to clean up a little bit. Ran the fuel line. I had an 1.5 inch filler neck coming right there, so I don't have to open the lid or something every time I just fill it up. And then of course, like I showed you, my fuel line goes all the way under this little part right here to the back of the boat. So we were gonna put the motor on once it quit raining, but while it was raining, I went inside and I cut some stickers with the vinyl cutter right here. And got our lettering, got some logos made for the back of the boat. Stickers mean we're getting close. Let's get them on. Okay, so the rain stopped, and that means we can get this motor put on the boat, get it all rigged up, fuel lines attached, battery attached, all that stuff, and then we can head to the lake.